Hi guys, sorry for the delay. I don't know what's going on with Google Hangouts, but it's been acting all strange and not letting me start class on time. But that's all done because we're here and we're ready to start class. I can see that this class is fully booked. Reservations have all been made, which is amazing. If you have made a reservation for this or any class, then you need to join in the first 2 minutes, okay? The first 2 minutes will get you to use your reservation. If you don't join in the first 2 minutes, then your spot is lost and other people will be able to join, okay? So let's get started. So we have Hamid. Hamid's back. Hi, Hamid. Did you have fun in the last class?
Of course.
Yeah?
Everybody was wonderful.
It was a great class. I had a lot of fun too. We also have Amparo. Hi, Amparo.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah? What are your plans for this weekend?
And today is my brother's birthday, so we are going to go to my brother's house
Oh, wow.
to watch the soccer game.
How old is your brother turning?
45.
45. Wow. So he's like in the prime of his life.
Yeah.
45 is the new 20. Didn't anyone tell you, Amparo? People who are 45 now feel like they're 20. So that's awesome.
I don't know.
That sounds like a really fun time. What about you, Hamid? What are you doing this weekend?
Only studying TOEFL exam.
When is it?
15 days later.
So 2 weeks from now.
Yes.
Are you ready?
You can guess. I must study more and more, but my mind is ready.
You're like, I'm prepared. I can do this. Okay.
And
all right.
tomorrow I will make a sample exam. I mean, I will practice 4 hours, and I will leave the exam mode.
You'll be in exam mode. Okay, yeah. Being in exam mode is a very, very important. So Hamid, it sounds like you have a lot of preparation to do, but best of luck, and I hope you do really well on your TOEFL. I hope you smoke it. You know what that means, to smoke it?
I will cut it, or I will dye it.
No, to smoke it means that you do really well, like you get a very high grade on it. Okay?
Okay,
so
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Smoke it is an expression. So if you get 98% on an exam, then you say, wow, I smoked that exam. So I did really well on it. Okay?
And I will do another thing. So you know that.
What? Oh, yeah, I know you're really busy. I know. I'm really busy too. So we'll figure it out. Norbert.
Okay.
So Norbert, welcome back.
Sorry, my connection.
I know. I can see people are having issues joining class. I don't know.
But it's incredible. Before the class, my connection is very good, and when you start the class, my connection collapses. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your connection is breaking in and out, and Admar is.
There is a delay.
There's a lag. Yeah, there's a lag. I know, and also I can't see other teachers' classes, like the other class that John Eric is teaching right now. I can't see it either, and Admar is asking why he can't see my class either. Why I can't join the class. I'm not sure what's wrong, guys, and I'm really sorry about that, but I'm not too sure what the problem is. Okay, let me just see. Can everyone?
Yeah, it shows that please stand by, starting soon.
Yeah, let me just quickly get in touch with Burbling people and ask them what's going on, because people can't see the class, which is really strange. Sorry about that. Did everybody open the Google document, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah? So why don't to the Google document and have a look at it and think up of synonyms that relate to the word that we have up there. Okay? So, for example, think of like synonyms for happiness, really strong synonyms for happiness. Okay? And let me just get in touch. So we have happiness, we have caring, we have fear, and we have anger. Okay? So guys, think up of different words that mean the same thing. And are those feelings strong, medium, or light? Okay? Let's give me like a few minutes and I'll see what's going on. Okay. All right. Oh, we also have Ravel. Ravel, nice to see you guys. Nice to see you again.
You too.
Okay. Yeah, everybody, if anybody can watch this, guys.
No, I think they can't. But I think
Yeah.
it's a Hangout issue, isn't it?
It's not a.
With
I don't
what?
think it's a Hangout issue. I don't know what issue it is.
Okay,
Well, I think
wait
it's the
5 to
same
10
day,
minutes.
yesterday.
You had the same issue yesterday, Amparo?
With the appearance, it's supposed to be the Hangout problem because it said started soon and nobody can see the video outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and because people aren't joining, and I'm guessing people are not joining because they cannot see the class. So, yeah, I can't. Yeah, people are saying there's like issues going on in the other class as well. Yeah, I've messaged Verbling and they're looking into it. Yeah. Okay. So I let them know, so hopefully they'll figure it out, but we can get started while we are in the Hangout, okay? So hopefully other people will be joining soon. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So welcome everyone. This is going to be a vocabulary class, and we're going to help build our vocabulary for emotions, okay? I hear so many times term. Happy is like a very general emotion, okay? So we're going to discuss different words that explain the severity of your happiness or the severity of your hurt, okay? We're going to learn different vocabulary to express yourself better, all right? But first, before we do that, I want to get an idea of where everyone's vocabulary is right now, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, people keep like messaging me and it's like, I am teaching a class. Stop. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. So, vocabulary of emotions. So, happiness, fear, anger, and caring. These are going to be the main emotions we're looking at today. Of course, there's lots of other emotions other than that, but we're going to be working on words to help us express these better. So someone give me another word for happiness. What's another word for happiness, guys?
Cheerfulness.
Euphoric.
Euphoric. Okay.
Euphoric.
Euphoric. Happiness. Okay. So what Amparo said. Amparo, what was your word?
Cheerfulness.
Cheerfulness is not a word. What's the actual word? Cheerful.
Cheerful.
Cheerful, yeah. Cheerfulness is not a word, so we say cheerful, okay? Hamid, give me another word for anger.
Anger, furious.
Furious, okay. What's another word? Who can think of another word for anger?
Annoy.
Annoyed? Annoyed is another feeling altogether.
Ignoring.
Ignoring? So,
Yes.
okay, you know, I'm going to write...
No, for anger, temper.
Temper, okay. Temper is a noun. These are all adjectives, okay? So what's temper? Let's have a look at what is temper, guys? Who can explain that to me? Temper.
You said, but temper?
Mm-hmm.
It's that how, so for example, there is a people that can be angry
Short-tempered.
immediately, and another that is patient.
Yes. So your temper is how quickly you become angry. Okay, so for example, he has his temper is very scary. Okay, meaning that he can get angry really quickly and it scares a lot of people. Okay, so your temper is your ability to get angry. Okay, so temper is a noun. Okay, temper is a noun. Okay, ignoring is a completely different, it's a completely different verb. Okay, what else? Norbert, can you think of another word for caring? What is caring?
When you consider to others.
When you are considerate of others.
Concern.
Okay, caring, concerned. That's a good word. Caring can be concerned. Okay. We're going to look at different words to express these same feelings, and of course they mean they mean slightly different things depending on your context, right? And we're going to see what their degree of severity is. For example, euphoric is a very strong word for happiness. Okay, cheerful is not that strong, but cheerful is still happy. Okay, what would be a light word for happiness?
Pleasant.
Pleasant. Okay, pleasant. What about pleased? Pleasant is like you describe the weather as pleasant. When you feel pleasant, then you are pleased. Okay, pleased.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, pleased would be like,
for example, pleased by a smile.
Yeah, exactly. So if somebody smiles at you and it pleased you, it made you happy. It didn't make you euphoric. What is euphoric? Norbert, do you want to explain to us what euphoric is?
When you are on the nine cloud.
Yeah, cloud 9. When you are on cloud 9.
When you can think anything else, you are just happy.
Yes, exactly. So give me an example of when a person would be euphoric. They're so happy that they're euphoric. Give me an example of that. Give me of what can be that much happiness.
Billionaire people.
Sorry, Hamid?
Billionaire people.
Okay. How about the day that you get married? If you're a woman. Okay. So for example, if you're getting married, it's your day of like your marriage, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I can't think of anything else. Okay. Usually women are euphoric. To win the lottery, Amparo, that's a really good example. If you win like $2 million, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm pleased. No, you wouldn't be like that. You would be like, I am euphoric. I am so happy, right? So this is different severity of happiness. It's the same emotion, but it's just a matter of how strongly you are feeling it and how strongly you are expressing it. Okay, to win the lottery is a very good example of when you would feel euphoric. Okay, give me an example of when you would feel pleased. Pleased. Ravel? Okay.
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead, Hamid.
Hina always pleased on her lessons.
Okay, Hina is always pleased with her lessons. That would mean that I am always happy with the classes that I have taught.
Yes.
Is that what you?
I think
okay.
Please maybe when you get a compliment.
Yeah, when you get a compliment. Or another example can be if you
because
have
what Hamid said, I think that's already cheerful.
It's cheerful. Okay, what is cheerful now? Who can explain what cheerful is?
When your team
win
the game.
Yes, when your team wins the game, exactly. What do? Yay, I won, right? It's not the same happiness as getting married, right? But it's another where we're like, oh my God, we won. Oh yeah. Maybe when you go to a concert, okay, your favorite band or your favorite musician is playing your favorite song. You get really happy, okay? Yeah. That happiness, you're cheerful, okay?
Or Hina, for example, I offered to flirt to any girl, So
You flirt with a girl.
flirt with
Yeah, flirt with
one girl. So she accepted my offer. So I am cheerful.
You are okay, yeah. You are cheerful. What else can you say? If you flirt with a girl and she decides to go out with you, what's another word you can use? What's another word for happy that you can use? Okay.
Maybe euphoric.
Euphoric. Okay, that's really happy. What else? Okay, I'll give you guys excited. What category would excited be in? Is it strong, medium, or light?
Fear.
Medium.
I would put
medium and strong.
Okay, I would put excited either in medium or strong, but let's just put it in strong. Okay, excited, looking forward to something. Okay, let me give you guys another word, and then you tell me where it would fall in which category. Merry. Who knows what merry is? Merry. Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happiness and medium, I think.
Yes. This would be okay. Merry. So when we say Merry Christmas.
Or Merry Valentine's Days.
No, we don't say. What do we say for Valentine's Day? We say Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day. Merry Christmas. All right. Merry is another word for cheerful, happiness, and it would be in the medium category, right? What other things can be merry?
Excuse me.
What did you say, Rahul?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Why we use Merry with Christmas? Why we don't say Merry Valentine's Day?
Merry. It depends on your context as well. Merry Christmas is a saying, all right, and it's been around for a long time. You can say Happy Christmas to someone as well.
Merry means pleasant.
Merry means pleasant, yeah. So pleasant. Let's just put pleasant here as well. Okay, pleasant. Okay, merry is usually when you have celebration. Okay, for example, on Christmas, what do? You go to people's houses, there's Christmas trees, there's present, okay? When there's like a celebration, when you are enjoying something by doing something like, opening presents, then we say it's a merry occasion. Okay? Merry occasion, all right? Happy, like Happy Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is just, it's a day, like happy birthday, okay? You're not necessarily doing anything. Like you don't have to have to do anything on these days. Merry Christmas. Merry is like a little more, I want to say formal. Let's just say formal. Okay. What other things are merry? How else would you guys use that? Joyful. Vivian is saying a word joyful. Where do you think joyful would form? Joyful.
Medium.
Joyful. Medium. Yeah.
Yeah. Joyful would be medium. Okay. Tell me of another light word for happiness. Okay, Norbert, I'm really glad you're here. Glad, okay? And every time somebody says, I'm glad, I'm like, I'm so glad, okay? No, glad is like, you're happy, but you're just, I'm content, all right? I'm glad you're here. I'm happy you're here, okay? Yeah. What else? Tell me of another word that is light in happiness.
Nice.
Nice, okay. I feel nice, okay. What else? Okay. What about satisfied? Okay. For example, when you eat food, when your mom cooks your favorite meal and you eat all of it and you're like, oh, I'm so satisfied, okay? That's a happiness. Satisfied when you feel like you have had enough. Okay, I have had enough of this thing that I love. I am satisfied. I'm happy. Okay, tell me of another word that is in the strong category, and then we'll move on to another emotion. Maybe another word in the strong category.
Worried.
Worried.
Worried for fear.
No, that would not apply here. Worried is worried for fear. Okay, which category would worried be in?
Medium.
Okay. Tell me of another word for Tell me of another word for strong happiness. So one more word.
Blessed.
Ooh, okay. What word is Hamid trying to say? I don't think you're saying it right, but
Bless, I think.
bliss. 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 Okay? Who knows what bliss is? Who knows what bliss is? Bless is something else.
Alright.
Okay? What does bless mean? Amparo, do you know what bless means? Bless?
Something good.
Okay? Blessed means somebody who is lucky. Okay? Blessed is not an emotion as such. Blessed is like, oh, you are so blessed to have amazing children, like that. Okay? You are so lucky. Blessed is like, it's a very religious term. Blessed is when God or a prophet or anybody that you believe in to be a higher power, when they give you something good in your life, then you are said to be blessed. Okay? I am blessed to have a happy life. Okay? I am lucky to have a happy life. To be a chosen one, yeah. Okay? It's not the same thing as bliss. What is bliss?
When you feel.
Okay? Being with my wife is complete bliss. Okay? So if you are married and you have a wife and you love her and you say being with my wife is bliss, it means that being with my wife is being in a state of happiness. Okay? So when you feel this, you feel blissful. I feel blissful around my wife. I feel lucky and happy around my wife. Okay? When you say bliss, bliss is lucky and happiness. Okay? Okay, last night I had a blast. Yeah, I had a... Yeah. Have a blast. To have a blast means that you had a lot of fun. Okay? Okay.
Yeah, lot of.
Yeah. All right. This is my cheat sheet. So we're going to go through... I want to get through all these words, but you guys... Let's see. I want to get through another word for... So I want to tell you guys another word for happiness is strong. That is thrilled. Have you guys heard of this word before?
Yes.
Thrilled? Thrilled. Okay? I am
Looks
thrilled.
like excited.
Exactly. It looks like it's thrilled, it's excited, euphoric. Okay? So these are strong words to describe happiness. Okay? Now let's move on to fear. Tell me a light word for fear. It's a light word for fear. Okay? We say this in our English classes a lot. I don't want to speak because I am very what? Starts with an S. I don't want to talk in class in front of other people. I feel very...
Sad.
Shy.
Shy. Perfect. Yes. So shy. All right? This is not fear like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Okay? Where would scared be? Where would scared be?
Strong.
Scared would be strong? Do you guys think so? Scared would be strong?
Medium, I think.
Scared would be medium. Okay? What would be strong? What's really strong fear?
Panic. Terror.
Panic. That's a really good word. Panicked. Okay? What else? Panicked. Shocked. Okay? Shocked. I'm shocked to hear the news, all right? Shocked. My brother shocked me with the news, all right? What else? What's another word? A real strong word for fear.
Terrorize.
Terrible. Okay, terrorize, okay? Terrorize is a good word. Okay? What about horrified? Who's heard of horrified before?
I heard, but I can't explain.
Okay? Horrified. Where do you think this word comes from? Horrified. What's the root of it? What's the base word? Horrible. Exactly. Horrible. Okay?
Dreadful.
Dreadful. Perfect. Where would dreadful fall?
I think it's strong.
You think it's strong? You guys think it's strong?
Medium.
Medium, I think.
I would say dreadful is medium. Okay, dreadful. Tell me of other light words of being shy. Oh, sorry, of being fearful, of being shy. It starts. There's a word that starts with a T. It's the same thing as being shy.
Timid.
Timid. That's a really good word. Amparo, do you want to tell us what timid is?
Similar to shy, a person who feels a little fear to do something.
Yeah, petrified. Petrified is a really good word. Where would petrified fall, guys? Petrified. Okay,
I don't know this word.
Okay, let's talk about petrified. Let's see what it is. Okay, petrified is when you are so scared that you cannot move. Okay?
Okay.
So you are shocked.
Yeah, you're shocked. Shocked is like, okay, if somebody dies, for example, okay, you're like, oh my god, somebody died. Petrified is when you're so scared you stop, you can't move. You're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is petrified. Your muscles freeze up. Okay, that level of fear is called to be petrified. Frightened. Okay, frightened would again fall in the strong category. Okay, what is frightened? Someone explain to me what frightened is, and give me an example of when you would feel frightened.
When I watch the horror movies, I feel frightened.
Yeah, when you watch horror movies, when your heartbeat goes up and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to watch this. Okay, you're frightened. Okay, you're really scared. Okay, frightful. What is frightful? Frightful. Frightened is how you feel. Okay, I feel frightened. The movie was frightful. Okay, the thing that frightened you is frightful. So it means the same thing. It's just a matter of what your object is. What are you talking about? When you yourself are frightened, that I'm frightened. The movie that frightened you was frightful. Okay? Paralyzed. Paralyzed is very similar to petrified. Okay? When you are paralyzed with fear. Okay? Okay, let's look at, so tell me other words that would be in the medium category of fear. Medium category of fear.
Stressful.
When we say,
Go ahead, Ravu.
when we say butterfly in my stomach.
Yeah, what is that? When you say butterflies in your stomach, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
Worried.
You're feeling worried? What else are you feeling when you have butterflies in your stomach? Starts with an N.
Nervous.
Nervous. Okay? Nervous. Right? Nervous is when you are fidgety. Okay? When you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna give a speech. Ooh, I'm so nervous. Okay? You're not paralyzed. You're not shocked. Okay? You're nervous. Okay? It's a little more than shy. You're like, oh my god, my heartbeat is racing. Okay? What are some other words, medium words for fear? Okay.
Give me a hint.
Let's say starts with an A. A. I am blank that you judge. I am. Okay, starts with an A. Anxiety. Okay, anxiety is another one. This is afraid. Has everybody heard afraid?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah?
I am afraid of blah blah.
Yeah, I am afraid of
Yeah,
cockroaches. Okay, anxious.
Yeah.
The anxious. Light. Okay, anxious is not that life-threatening. Okay, anxious would be light. What is anxious? Somebody explain anxious to me.
Anxious.
Explain. Like, how would you use anxious, Norbert? When do you get anxious? Okay. For example, I have not met my family in 4 years. I'm anxiously waiting to meet them. Okay? You're not nervous. You're just like, I want to meet my family. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay? This is anxious. What would nervous be? Oh my God, I have to give a speech. I hope I don't forget the words. Oh my God, butterflies in my stomach. Okay? And then this is frightened. Oh, I'm so scared. Different degrees, all right? It is it isn't funny. I'm afraid that I threw out the window $25. Aw, Norbert, you didn't. Any money that you spend on your education is never wasted.
But I didn't want to pay. I just accidentally clicked on the somewhere.
Oh,
and
okay.
bought some tickets.
So you have like you are in touch with the Verbling people. So why don't you get in touch with them? Okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. All right. Any other words that you guys can think of that can be used to describe fear?
Stressful, is it suitable?
Stressful, okay. If we were to use stressful, what category would it be in?
I think medium.
Okay. Stress, yeah.
Right.
When you are stressed, you say, I am distressed, okay? Okay. A situation is stressful, okay? For example, I am in a stressful situation, okay? How do you feel in a stressful situation? You feel distressed, okay? So even though these things mean the same thing, depending on how you say it, how you feel, and what a situation is like, sometimes the words can be different, okay? For example, can a situation be happy?
No.
No. I will feel happy. Give me an example of a situation in which I will feel happy. How would you describe that situation?
Someone are on your lesson. You are happy.
Okay. A favorable situation. Okay. A good situation.
It was a joyful day.
Good news.
Yes, exactly. It was a joyful day. I felt happy, okay? All right? So depending on the situation and your emotion, sometimes you might have to change the word a little bit for it to agree with your subject, okay? Same thing with stressful. Oh, this work report is so stressful. I am really distressed trying to complete it, okay? So the word for that would be distressed. Okay, let's move on to anger. Okay, so we already have furious. So furious is a strong word for anger. What's another strong word for anger?
Irritation?
No, okay. You think irritated is strong?
Medium.
Medium. Yeah. Irritated would be medium. Okay, what is irritated? Okay, what's irritated? Somebody show me what irritated looks like.
When you avoid something?
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, that person just won't stop talking to me. I am so irritated, right? Furious is like, when you're furious, your like face changes color and you can't speak. Everybody knows what furious is like. If when you were a kid, your parents got furious at you at least once in your lifetime, okay? Furious is intense anger, okay? It's like really, really angry. Norbert, tell me something that makes you furious. What makes you furious?
When somebody want to tell me, when somebody think that they know something better than me.
Okay, that makes you furious, okay? Amparo, tell me something that irritates you.
Irritates me when someone at home take my things and then they don't put in the same place that they found it.
Yeah, it makes you go like, why don't you put my stuff back, right? That's what you say, right? You don't go like, I hate you for not putting my stuff back, right? That would be furious. You don't feel that, okay? You feel irritated. You're like, I have told you so many times not to do this. You still keep doing it, okay? Admar is saying a word, rage, okay? Rage. When you feel rage, you are outraged, okay? Outraged. Outraged. What is rage, guys? So the word that Admar said, what is rage?
Don't know.
Okay? Rage is another word for anger, okay? His rage was uncontrollable. Rage is when you are ready to kill somebody, okay? That level of anger is called rage, okay? So your rage is out of control. When somebody outrages you, they have made you really mad. I am outraged that he could think that way about me. I am outraged. Okay? I am so angry that he could think that way about me. Okay? All right? You should be careful of my rage. Okay? So you should be. Upset is a good word. Upset, what would that be? Would it be strong, medium, or light? Upset.
Medium.
Medium.
Okay. Yeah, upset. Yeah, upset would be medium, definitely. Okay, I am upset at you. Okay, let me tell you other words, and you guys tell me where they go. Okay, let's say annoyed. Annoyed. Where would annoyed go?
Light.
Light.
Annoyed would actually be in medium. Okay, annoyed is the same as irritated. Okay, annoying. You irritate me so much. Okay. What about let's say bitter. Bitter. Let's say bitter. Bitter.
Bitter.
Light, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Bitter would be light. Okay. Bitter is just when you're like very happy with that person. Like, oh, I am so bitter about that situation. Okay. What about who has heard of the word grim? Grim.
I heard, but
Yeah. Who would like to tell me what grim means?
grim or grim.
Grim. Grim. Grim. Okay. Grim is, for example, if you go to a party, okay, everybody's having fun, everybody's dancing, and everybody's singing, and you're sitting there like this. Okay. This is grim. All right. Like, why are you so angry? You're not angry. You're not yelling at people, but you're also not giving off a very happy vibe. You're grim. All right. This is grim. All right. Again, this would this be anywhere close to furious?
No.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded is another word. Okay. So grim is this complete expression of disinterest. You're not interested in anyone and you're not interested in anything. You are a little bit on the angry side. So people describe you as being grim. Okay? If somebody asks you, hey, how's your day going? Oh, I hate everybody here. Okay? You're a grim person. All right? Okay? Annoyed. Yeah. We learned what grim meant last month. Okay. All right. So let's move on. So grim. So where do you think grim would go? Which category?
Light.
Yeah, grim would go in light. Okay. What else? Give me another word that is light and it means anger.
Wait.
Okay. So okay, how about this? So fill in the blank here. Oh my God, Hamid, stop annoying me. Okay. Now think of another word for annoying. Stop annoying me. Stop irritating me. Stop. There's a word with B. Buzz.
Bothering me.
Bothering me. Stop bothering or stop bothering or another word would be
Other.
bugging. Bugging. Okay. So when you are angry and you want to say that someone is bothering you, then you are feeling bothered. Okay. Okay. Feeling bothered. Feeling bothered is like, this guy keeps talking to me. He's bothering me so much. Okay? You're getting angry, right? You're not gonna kill him. You're not furious, but you're getting bothered by the fact that he keeps talking to you. Okay? He is bugging you. You are feeling bugged. Okay? What about, so give me more words that are in the strong category of anger. Okay, how about, so tell me what this means. Vengeful. What does that mean? Vengeful. Okay.
Take revenge.
Yes. What is revenge? What is revenge? I wrote it in the Verbling chat. What is revenge, guys?
When you got hurt and you want to give back. That's...
Yes, when you want to treat someone badly because they treated you badly. Okay? For example, you broke my bicycle. I want revenge. I want to break your bicycle as well. Okay? When you want to take revenge on someone, then that situation, that condition is called being vengeful. Okay? It means, and like I said, it means the same thing. Vengeful means you are angry enough to want to take revenge. Okay? Amparo, tell me of a situation when you were vengeful.
What situation?
When you were vengeful. If somebody wronged you, if somebody did something wrong to you and you are like, you know what? I want to take revenge. I am so angry. I am vengeful.
When you're a child and someone takes something to you or hit you with something, you try to hit back.
Yeah. It changes. Being vengeful is different when you're an adult from when you're a child, but it's the same emotion when you're like, I want to hurt you because you hurt me. Okay? So that emotion of wanting to take revenge on someone is called vengeful. Okay? There's another one that I want to, infuriated. Has anybody heard that before? Infuriated. Okay? Where do you think infuriated comes from? Give me the word that infuriated comes from. It comes from a word. Fury. Okay? Furious. Okay?
And root is same with furious.
For example,
go ahead, Norbert.
In a pub, when you are drunk and you can easily be infuriated.
Yes, that is an excellent example, Norbert. Do you want to say it again? So what's the situation that you can get infuriated?
So when you are in a pub and you guys are drunk and you can be easily infuriated.
Infuriated, Yes, perfect. That's a really good example. When you're drunk, someone says something to you and you automatically get really angry and you start hitting that person. That person infuriated you. Okay? They instilled fury. Fury is, again, another word for rage and anger. Okay? And you were furious. Okay? Infuriated would be the next level after furious. Okay? What's furious? Furious. I'm going to write that in the document as well. Furious. And it would go in medium. Furious. Okay? My mom is furious at me for lying in school. Okay? So you lied in school to your teacher and your mom found out. And she was angry. Okay? She was furious. What did she do? Tell me what a furious mom looks like. Everybody has moms. What does a furious mom look like?
Maybe
yelling at you.
Yelling at you?
Maybe some mothers slap us. Slap us.
Okay? They do that because they're furious. Okay? If your mom is irritated, would she slap you? No. She'd just be like, stop doing that, right? But if your mom is furious, she is really angry. Then she'll slap you. Okay? Pissed off. Okay. Pissed off is a phrasal verb. Where would pissed off fall? Would it be medium or strong?
I think medium.
Yeah, pissed
Medium.
off would be medium. Okay, pissed off.
What
Pissed
does it
off.
mean?
Okay, what does pissed off mean? Who'd like to tell Norbert what pissed off means? Okay, pissed off is when somebody destroys your mood. So it's like, I am
Yeah.
so pissed off that my ex-boyfriend is here. Okay, I am just really upset. I'm not gonna talk to anyone. Pissed off is when you're angry and you show everybody an attitude. Do you guys know what that means? An attitude?
Yeah.
An attitude. And she's like, I am so much
I'm
better
done.
than you. Yeah, I am so much better than you. Like, don't talk to me. Okay? This is showing someone an attitude like, oh, I have so much more money than you have. Okay? This is called having an attitude about yourself. When you are pissed off, you are angry and you have an attitude about yourself. You're like, I hate my ex-boyfriend. Why is he here? Who invited him? I don't want to talk to anyone. Okay? This is a pissed off person. Okay? Again, you're not furious, you're not yelling, you're not gonna kill anyone. Your mood has been destroyed. When your mood is like destroyed by something, then you get pissed. Okay? For example, he was pissed all evening. He didn't talk to anyone. Okay? So his mood was bad all evening. He didn't talk to anyone. Okay? Pissed off is a phrasal verb. It's a behavior. Fed up. Fed up is, again, fed up is when you're tired of something. Oh, I am fed up with working every day in this office. I am tired of doing it. Okay? It's not the same as anger. It's not an angry thing. It's just when you're just tired, when you just want to give up doing something. Okay? Any more words that you guys can think of for anger before we move on?
No.
Okay, I think we've covered quite a few. Okay, let's move on to caring, right? So Norbert already explained to us what caring is. Caring means when you care for someone, like it said, and you are concerned about them, okay? When you think about their safety and their health and you want good things for them, okay? Our mother and our fathers are usually caring towards us. Parents are caring towards their children, okay? So give me a light word for caring.
Sympathetic.
Sympathetic?
Yes.
Sympathetic, okay. Do you think sympathetic would be light?
Maybe medium.
Maybe medium, okay. You guys think so? Sympathetic is medium?
No, it's strong.
I think sympathetic is medium. We'll look at what the strong words are, and then you'll have an understanding. Sympathetic. For light, caring would be kind. Okay, I was kind to a stranger. Okay, I was kind to somebody who was not as fortunate as I was. Okay, kind. Where would attached? Attached. Where do you think attached would go? Attached. Or attached to someone. Where do you think that is? That medium, light, or strong?
I think light.
Okay.
Medium.
Yeah. It would actually be medium. Attached. Attached is, for example, I am attached to my mother. All right. If I don't see my mom every day, I get a little jittery. I want to talk to her. Okay, attached is when you have a strong feeling, not as strong as some other words, but it's like when you feel very strongly for someone and you don't want to be away from them. Okay, kind, right? My mother is very kind to me. I feel like I'm very kind to her. All right, it's not the same thing. Let's look at some strong words so you guys can understand the difference. For a strong word for caring, you could say compassionate. Everybody knows what compassionate is? What is compassionate? Okay. Where does it come from? What's the base word of compassionate?
Patient.
Passion. Passion. What is a passion?
Desire.
Desire. Okay. So when you are compassionate, what does that mean?
You care about someone with passion?
Yes, perfect. To care about someone with passion, okay? passion is described as having very strong feelings about something. For example, Hamid, what are you passionate about?
Of course, chemistry.
Yes, Hamid is passionate about chemistry. He loves to study chemistry. Okay? Norbert, what are you passionate about?
Music.
Yeah, Norbert is passionate about music. He loves playing the piano. Amparo, what about you?
My passion?
What is your passion?
Engineering.
Engineering. Okay, so now you guys understand the way that you feel about chemistry and music and engineering, that is your passion. When you care about someone that strongly, then you say, I am compassionate towards that person. Okay, it's that strong of an emotion that you have a passion about it. Okay, devoted. Louise is saying a word, devoted. That's a really good word. What do you think devoted falls under?
Strong.
Strong.
Yes, perfect. Devoted. What does devoted mean?
It's like loyal.
Loyal, exactly. Okay, devoted. I live for you and only you. I don't live for anything else. I am devoted to you. I am devoted to my kids. I am devoted to my job. I am devoted to my music. I live only for this thing and nothing else. That's a very strong emotion. That's not a light emotion. That's when you feel like you're devoted to something, you are very passionate about it. Okay? Devoted was a very good word. Okay? What else? Tell me other words that mean caring.
Merciful.
Merciful. Okay, merciful would be, no, merciful would not mean caring. What do you guys think merciful means? I'm going to write it here. Merciful is forgiving. Okay? When you forgive someone for something that they did, then you were merciful. Okay? That doesn't mean that you care about that person. That just means that you forgave them. Okay? I'll tell you guys some more words, and you tell me what categories they fall under. Okay? Loving. Loving is another word. What do you think loving falls under?
Strong.
Loving would be...
Medium.
You can be loving towards your cat as well, right? So,
Medium.
okay. What else?
Generous.
Generous. Okay, generous. That's a good word. Where would generous fall under?
Maybe strong.
No, generous would not be under strong. Where would generous be, guys?
Medium.
Medium.
Yeah, generous would be... Okay. Tell me more light words for caring. What are some other light words for caring? Okay, Norbert?
Gentleman.
Gentleman, okay. Gentle, not gentleman. Gentle, okay. Norbert, yeah, patient. Norbert, you are very blank of other students. You are very blank of other students. I've said this to you before. It starts with a C.
Wait a minute. Can you repeat it?
You are...
Considerate.
What does considerate mean, Norbert?
When you care about others.
And you care about others? Like, do you care about them enough to die for them? Would you like give your... No, okay. When you...
Sorry, I'm tired.
That's okay.
When you how can I
You
explain?
try to be helpful.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. When you try to be helpful, then you are considerate. Okay? Would it be the same as being devoted when you are trying to be helpful?
No, not the same.
No, not same. Devoted, you wouldn't give your
More
life.
passion, more interest.
Yes, exactly. Let's say one more word, a strong word for caring before I end this class. Infatuated. Has everybody heard of that word before? Infatuated?
No.
Infatuated. Okay. When you see someone and you fall in love at first sight, That is infatuation. Infatuation is a feeling so strong that it makes you feel like you are in love. Okay? So, for example, we say, oh, I was with my girlfriend for 6 months before I realized I did not love her. I was only infatuated by her. I felt so strong that I thought I loved her, but I didn't. Infatuation is fake love, false love. Okay? When you feel like you have fallen in love with someone, but then you realize it wasn't really love, that feeling is infatuation. You were in love with the idea of that person. That person was beautiful and you thought you could have a great life together. So you were infatuated. But in real life, you were not really in love. Okay? So the feeling, when you first fall in love with someone, it is usually infatuation. Okay? You guys understand what infatuation means?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay? Alright, so there is our little list of words. I hope you guys will use these words because honestly, when I ask people how they are and they say they're happy, I want to know, are you joyful? Are you euphoric? Are you glad? Like, I want to know the actual words, okay? So you guys can actually copy paste this list. I'll leave this document up here if you're interested in having a look at it again. But for now, I'm done. I have another class after this, and I hope to see you guys there. So Amparo and Hamid and Norbert, thank you guys. And Isa, sorry Isa, we didn't have an opportunity to talk to you, but I hope you'll join in the next class, okay?
And Hina, there are 53 words in the